All right. Take two.
Woohoo!
We are live.
We're live. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to You Love It Because You Do. Or that's our goal by the end of this. You're going to love it.
Honey, I love how much.
You love it.
Yes.
All right. So the idea of this show is basically Josh and I are going to take a topic that we are dorking out about that week. We have a deep interest in and going to present it to one another and talk about why we love it.
Yeah.
Because happiness is real when it's shared.
It really is.
Who are you? Who am I? I am Elio. Hi. And you're my husband, Josh.
Josh L.
Josh L.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Hey.
Oh my God. It's great to be here.
It's great. It's a wonderful night.
It is.
What are we talking about tonight?
Today, so I think most episodes we will bring two different subjects to talk about. But today's episode, we're going to share a subject that is toxic joy.
Toxic joy. That sounds like, are we in our villain era? What?
It might be, you know.
Okay.
And so if you Google toxic joy,
Okay.
nothing comes up other than I don't know if it's a rapper, it's some sort of musician.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could find about it. It's not in the Urban Dictionary, not yet.
Wow.
That'll be a follow-up later.
How did we come up with this? Because we say this in our house pretty often. Like, that's
I don't think we
joy.
ever said it until a week ago.
I think we felt it. Obviously, we felt it.
I think we've known about it, but we put it to...
It's not an Urban Dictionary, though.
It's going to be at the end of this episode.
Okay. So this episode is covering toxic joy. So that's the
Yes.
theme. And then we're each going to talk about...
But I think we need to explain what toxic joy is.
Okay. So a week ago, we arrived at this thing. We were at the airport.
Well, that was the second part. It
Okay.
started when we were at a barbecue joint, and we got into line, and after that, the line got much, much longer. And we decided that we both agreed that is a wonderful feeling when you're in line and the line gets way longer. If you get in line and it doesn't get longer, it's terrible. You're just like, shit, I got here at the wrong time. But if you are standing in line and that line gets significantly longer while you're standing there, it's a great feeling. As I would like to say, it sparks some toxic joy.
Oh my gosh. Wait. So, okay. Marie Kondo. I love her.
Yeah.
Her last name, Marie Kondo something. I love her. She's the original, the OG of sparking joy.
Yes.
What would she say? We're just taking it and snowballing.
Maybe we can interview her at some point, see if she has any toxic joys.
Oh,
I doubt
I'm
she
sure
does.
She does. About her house.
Oh,
She's like,
yeah.
I have one little corner of my house that's a toxic
Super
joy.
unorganized.
Yeah. Okay, so when you are in line, this has happened to us a couple times, and we're
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, the line just got so big. Did you see that?
And then
Did
we
you see
both
that?
agree how good we feel
Oh
about
my
that.
God, is that bad?
No, it's
No,
great.
it's great.
It doesn't hurt anybody. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like cute
So-
toxic.
Then the same day, only a few hours later, you explain the next part
Okay,
of
so
our-
the second, this is what started this. The second version of toxic joy we experienced that day was the airport. So we travel a lot, which is awesome, but we push the limits constantly. Like, what's the cutoff for when you have to be there? Like, I think United Airlines is 45 minutes before,
Yeah.
the bags get on the plane. Southwest, they'll just take you no matter what, but your bags are guaranteed. So we know these things and we push the limits. So basically, we're like, oh God, we're in the Uber and we cut it close.
we
and
also have
packing.
TSA pre-check. Yeah. So there's a few, and Allie and I are gold members for United.
Gold member.
So we have these little things that make it a little bit easier to get through the airport.
They don't help us learn any lessons with being like
No.
those people who get to the airport 2 hours early.
Yeah, we are not those people.
I want to be. They give us like, you could be, in the Premier Club beforehand, or you can have drinks before the flight.
It's 40 minutes before the flight, I think, or it's about to be 45 minutes, which is the cutoff. So we're about to have to book a different flight, get a different layover flight or connecting flight, and that's when what happens at that point?
Oh my God. I actually forgot. I'm like, that's just what happens to us all the time. So on this flight, the same day, we're like, oh God, this is going to be the one where they're going to bump us. We're to figure this out. The flight was delayed. Literally, as we're 5 minutes away from getting out of
20 minutes, which is exactly what we needed.
The flight was delayed.
That was a wonderful feeling. And we learned zero. We learned zero lessons from that moment.
Got away with it again, honey. Got away. You know what it is? And okay, I took a note on this. Pushing the limit with anything and getting away with it really just is a toxic joy.
The airport example we shared is a good one because we learned zero lessons. That's the, that's like, I still think the line getting longer is a toxic joy. There's like, must be different versions.
You can't control it. Yeah. I guess that's just something that magically happens.
Yeah. This could be a whole subject to study, this could be the, this is the missing love language is toxic joy.
Oh my God. Do you think? All right. So Dr. Gary.
Yeah.
God. Okay. I was actually going to say, and this kind of gets into my first kind of snowballing subject. So we don't know what we're going to talk about, but to conclude this getting away with it, there's just a rush with it. I was going to say, there's something about two things, right? So getting away with it and not learning your lesson. That's a toxic joy. So food and alcohol related. So kind of go hand in hand. So I learn no lessons when I get away with, I'm lactose intolerant, so I know my limits. I could have like 2.5 pieces of pizza with real cheese and be okay. If I have 3, game over. Same with ice. I don't even try with ice cream. I don't even play like that. I don't do that. I get away with it though, right? So same with, that's great. So I know the limits, and when I get away with it, I'm like, I wake up the next day and I'm like, oh, I didn't have a tummy ache. My stomach was like, okay. So similar to that is when you drink a lot, like there's an activity going on, there's a wedding, great example. It's kind of like Russian roulette, and you wake up the next day and don't have a hangover. You're like,
wow,
I got away with it.
Still got it.
Still got it. Yeah. Does that happen a lot these days, being over the age of 30? No. You're hungover for 2 days.
You're always hungover. Yeah. Even when you didn't drink the night before, you're always hungover.
My body hurts. Yeah. So just kind of on the theme of getting away with it, and it feels so good because it doesn't feel so bad. Yeah. Okay. So that was.
But that's a good framework.
Yeah. Thank you.
When the line gets longer after, that's not that. The line getting longer after, you're not learning a lesson though. So there's some wiggle room. Mm-hmm. We can agree. Yeah. Right?
Lessons learned. Yeah. Please. I would love to hear. Okay. So basically now we have prepared a few very serious bullet points. Serious. And we don't know what each other's other toxic joys are. Those are our shared toxic joys.
Yes.
The food, you could get away with food. You have like an iron stomach, so you don't share that with me.
I have food ones.
Do you? Okay. Okay. Please.
Eating midnight snacks. These are pretty lame. I have to say.
Let's start.
I thought I had such good ones and then couldn't think of one. So
I rated mine PG-13, and like R-rated.
All right,
I don't think I have any R-rated.
I'm throwing. No, mine aren't R-rated. They're just like
spicy.
Sort of. So midnight snacks I guess would be one. I'm just gonna have to run through a bunch of them, or else this is not gonna be. The other would be peeing in the pool.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, I'm saying that is definitely a toxic joy.
Okay,
I'm not necessarily saying it's my toxic joy.
I have to have two things. We have to talk about two things before we get into it. One, we're not going to judge each other off of our toxic joys. And two, that doesn't mean that we do it.
Peeing in the ocean. Mostly. Now, peeing in the pool is a toxic joy. It literally might be considered a toxic joy.
The pH balance is off in the joy.
The pool is a regular joy. Peeing in the pool is a toxic joy.
I specifically hate that joy.
I'm not saying that's mine. That's what I'm saying.
In general. A public.
Have I peed in a pool? Absolutely. I've definitely peed in a pool in my life.
Can I ask you, as an adult, have you?
No, I haven't as an adult.
As a kid, I think, yeah.
To give this context, we went on this. That I don't pee in pools. We were on a rafting. We went on a drinking and rafting, like a lazy or truly. You're in a real river. You're
the
in
Grand
tubes.
Canyon?
No. With after the wedding, Megan's
wedding.
Oh yeah. So we're in on little tubes and we're drinking and floating along. super slowly. Like there was no wind. So this took hours. And at some point, I mean, everyone's just like peeing. Everyone's just peeing.
You're drinking White Claws and you're peeing.
In a river,
it's
so
a
not as bad.
30-person pull, I think, after a wedding weekend. It was so epic. Shout out Megan.
I jumped in the water and tried to pee, but couldn't. I had to swim away from the group and pee to the side and then swim back.
It's hard under pressure.
Yeah, it's hard with like people around. So no, as an adult, I have not peed in a pool.
Just
but
for the fun of it.
As a child, I absolutely peed in the pool.
It's for the fun of it, the toxic joy.
Absolutely, it was definitely a toxic joy.
You're bad.
I guess. I think this would be shared by a lot of people, but yeah, sure.
I don't like it. I have a specific ick with, and I feel like my sister did this to me growing up. You know who you are, Sarah. She would come to me in the ocean and like be like, I'm peeing right next to you. And I'm like, I just don't want to feel what was on the inside of you outside.
It's way better
on me.
It's way better in the ocean. In the ocean, especially the Pacific Ocean where it's cold. I would do that as an adult if no one was around, because it's like, oh god,
the Pacific Ocean is cold.
It's cold, and feeling your warm pee is
nice. A toxic joy.
It's a toxic joy.
Okay, compelling argument. I'm
happy I had a good one, because eating snacks in the middle of the night didn't seem to move the needle.
You and your cheese sticks. You cheese sticks at midnight.
Yeah, but it's
a good one.
That's a good PG one, because it's not very tough. Cheese sticks in the middle of the night is actually not eating. Maybe like a donut in the middle of the night would be a toxic joy.
It would be. Yeah, it's funny. Do you want to hear one of my PG ones? Okay.
Yeah.
So this warming up. Let's see. Okay. This is dorky. All right. So I guess just like close your eyes and we paint the picture. So late at night, you're on the couch and you're like, I'm so comfy, and you're like falling asleep watching a good Netflix show, and you're like, what if I just fall asleep and just give into it, and I just like fall asleep, and in the back of your head, your sleepy head, like your bed would be so much better for your back and like in life, but you're like, let me just give into it, and you just fall asleep on your couch. And you wake up the next morning at 4 a.m. and you're like, God damn, I should have just went to bed. It's a little toxic joy. I don't love it.
That's like the cheese sticks. That's the cheese sticks.
Okay. You want another one? I got another one.
In that vein,
tell me.
Rewatching, instead of watching something new, because there's tons of new things to watch, I get recommended. My sister, people recommend all sorts of things all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'll just rewatch the same goddamn TV shows over and over again.
You do.
Which is...
It's true.
Because I know what I'm getting. It's easy,
I heard is that an OCD thing or ADD thing? Like, it's like, it makes you feel like comfortable. Like, people watch The Office over and over and over again. You're like...
I would do that. I don't do that as much anymore, but I would do that because I would work from home.
Yeah.
And it's like, it literally is an office. It makes office... They have office sounds. They have an office background track in The Office.
What?
Well, no, I mean, like, there's phones ringing.
Oh,
there's It literally
the
sounds
natural
soundtrack
of an office.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, not Ziggy or a cat or dog snoring. That's not natural. I was gonna say, that is good. I feel like, because it's toxic, because technically, by definition, that's like crazy, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result or a different result.
Yes.
So it's kind of like on the vein of, am I crazy or is it toxic joy? Toxic joy.
This could be a book. This could be, what are the 5 toxic joys now?
I love it.
I do have another one. Well, no, it's your turn, right?
What about an I told you so moment?
Oh, man.
And then to piggyback off that, for my corporate girlies, what about a per my last email moment? And you have the receipts to show for it, and you're like, screenshotted below. I haven't done that in a while. That's petty.
That is that. But those are both very, very. Those are true. Those would go in a book. That's very. You've done good.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
It happens a lot. Not that we're not big on I told you so. You can't. Well, first off, you can't say it, otherwise you're mean, out loud.
Yeah.
But you can feel it and be like,
Per my last email is the corporate I told you so.
I love it.
That's very good.
I haven't said.
Wow, I'm very impressed.
Have you dropped a per my last email?
I don't know. I don't think I want to now. You know, this makes me want to.
I think I did when I was
I
like,
think I might have done one before.
yeah.
But I didn't say per my last email.
Per my last email.
That isn't very me sounding. I don't know.
I don't think it's me sound. It's corporate girly sounding.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very like, you pissed me off, and here's why. And here's, I think I did like reattaching my last
hate the way
email.
that you walk. Hate the way that you talk. You know?
Ooh, go Kendrick on him. Flex. I thought you'd like that.
That's happening. That was almost our first episode, but you
Yeah.
know.
Still
That's
time.
very good.
Thank you so
so
much.
I'm actually gonna skip to my last one and then I'll circle back.
Oh, the corporate girly talk. Circle back.
Since we're talking corporate. Is
Talk corporate to me.
an awkward Zoom sign off.
Oh,
Is so where I work, Dr. Squatch, which I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but Dr. Squatch. We have our team is very close. I'm on the creative team making ads. We're very close. We're like, we really like each other. We like working with each other. And I think that is why our sign-offs are just so uncomfortable, so awkward, not uncomfortable, just awkward. We just don't know. Like, it's sort of like, okay, bye.
you guys have a lot
know.
of Zoom meetings too, especially during the pandemic. You guys had
Yeah,
them every day. The daily
they-
stand-up.
Yeah, the daily, was the morning stand-up. I think they called it something else.
It's like a talk show. It was like
Yeah.
our entertainment for.
They dialed it down, but yeah, the awkward sign-offs. And the thing is, there's someone else on the team, an editor. I can see her enjoying it. I can like look at her little screen and see her laughing as the awkward sign-off is happening.
What do you do? Wait, can you demonstrate for us? What do you do?
It's just, well, obviously I don't, you know, I always do like
How many finger guns does it take?
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, and the other thing is, it's because we actually like each other as a team. If you don't like each other, it's just like, okay, bye, and then you're off so fast just because you want to be gone. But it's because we're sort of like, we don't really want the meeting to end. We could keep going.
Oh, that's cute.
But like, yeah.
So is it more like awkward joy than toxic joy? Because it's not like a bad.
No, I enjoy watching the awkwardness happen. I'm sorry, actually, that's what I should have explained. I enjoy watching how awkward it is.
What do they say in Batman? Some people just want to watch the world.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm just like, I just get such a. I've taken screenshots of it.
Wow.
I should have recorded it. That's
Oh my
what
God, I
this
can't
again.
wait. Have you recorded?
No, I only have screenshots, but I'll try. I will try to for a follow-up episode, and with all of their permission.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Shout out if you want it. Comment below.
Yeah,
do.
I mean, that's something we want to talk. Obviously, we want to hear about other people's toxic joys.
Oh yeah, this
Um,
almost could be its own show,
and
but we're gonna expand.
And it's different, like what you
Yeah.
were alluding to. Like, it's different than a guilty pleasure.
Oh, so different.
Yeah.
Wait, before we pivot to that, can I just say Ziggy, our dog who's sleeping on the couch, knows when you're signing off on
Yes,
Zoom.
he will jump out.
He knows because you do this. You must do the same tone of your voice, like "Okay, see you guys."
It's like a very
okay.
like just like okay, we're good.
And he knows, and he like picks up his toy. He's like, "Dad's done."
Yeah.
But yeah, not the same as a guilty pleasure. A guilty
No.
pleasure is
Taco Bell
Taco Bell
for us, and I'm assuming most people actually.
Live Moss.
Yeah.
My dream is to be sponsored by Taco Bell one day.
We're gonna be. This is a great place to have a sponsor, a Taco Bell sponsor.
Crunchwrap Supreme.
Is it technically because it's toxic to eat? No, I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
no.
Baja Blast is a toxic joy.
Okay, it's blue.
Literally
so, yeah.
because it might be toxic.
It is blue inside and
Yeah.
outside. Yeah.
But like, so we want to hear eventually from people. You know,
Should we have an
What-
anonymous hotline?
what sparks some toxic joy for you? What really, you nailed it with the
Marie Kondo.
I told you so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What sparks some
Oh.
toxic joy?
That I told you so, huh? That really got you.
That's and I told you so is
'Cause there's
a
an-
lifelong one. Right?
There's an internal face you make, or like a body
Yeah.
movement where you're just like, what's the little face you make when it's like someone's like, I really should have listened to you when you suggested that. I'm like, oh my God. Should you have? I don't know.
It's the
It's the specific.
yes. Continue.
Yes, and
Yeah. Yes.
I
Yeah.
love it. Do you want to hear one?
Please.
Okay. Let's see. Do I say my best for last? Okay, here's a saucy one. Okay. Don't hate me. If this happens to you, and you see me out there, I love seeing you out there. I don't take this personally. Okay. When you see someone in public and you both like decide not to move forward with the conversation, like at the grocery store, and you turn, like, you just like make eye contact and like walk away. I think it's because I'm like a people pleaser. It's like I don't have a conversation prepared. Oh no, like at the mall. I think this stems from like in grade school or high school, you get your license and you see people like at the mall, like you went to grade school with, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's my friend from preschool. Like it's awkward now we don't talk, right? And so like, or even at the grocery store now.
So
and
the
you're
toxic part is that not.
You should go up and say, hi, how you doing? It's been a long time.
So just avoiding interaction is the joyous part. But you toxic because you're just ignoring a person you know.
Yeah.
All right.
It's controversial. It's saucy. And again, don't be afraid if you see me in real life.
Saucy. That's her saucy one.
I'll always say hi to you. Don't, take it personally.
So, and she doesn't even do this. This is like, you're saying you will say hi anyway.
I'll say hi to you, but I'll sweat. I'll be like, oh my God, like, did I forget to ask about like their dog or like, oh my gosh, what about their mom? So that's
the things you worry about.
That's
my last one, which I don't think is actually a toxic joy, but it's worth, maybe someone else out there considers it. When you order the party-sized Jersey Mike's, this is like a huge Jersey Mike's, and that is all you eat for the next about 24 hours. It's like it's from like a lunch, a dinner, and another lunch.
Yeah, this is a crown jewel of. It sounds like what this hits.
I have done this. This is a fantastic. I thought you would enjoy this more. This is a fan. I've done this, and it is.
He did this last week when I was out of town.
It is. It brings me joy.
Do you want to give it a chef's kiss?
It's like, you know what it's like?
Go
it's
ahead.
like it's saving money, but ordering takeout.
Yeah.
This might be
it's semi-homemade because you're like reheating it.
Oh, I don't reheat it. It's all cold.
I love how much you love it.
Thank you.
Honestly, I genuinely mean that. Like, and we were worried too. Like, I love how much you love it. If that's gonna come off sarcastic, but I really do. Like, and I felt good knowing that Jersey Mike's had you like in their arms when I was out of town. Like, you were fed.
I'm happy you love how much I love it. I love how much you love per my last email. That's pretty good.
You know what that does.
I love that, and I also love how much you love it.
I love that. I have one more, though. That is like
we have one more.
I have one more.
I don't think we should end with the Jersey Mike's.
Okay. That is such a crown jewel, though. I can't think of a better one for you to end on. Okay. For my last toxic joy, I'm gonna say when someone, anyone at all, friend, mom, gym trainer, cancels on you same day.
Oh yeah.
Like, it could be fun plans, it could be casual plans, and they're like, oh, you know what? And it's not you canceling, but it's them canceling.
Wow, you've lined up some really good ones.
Is that a bad thing? Am I in my villain era?
No, that's definitively, that's a great toxic joy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think especially on a weekday when you're just like, oh man, I was really gonna I committed to something when I was stronger feeling, when I had more energy, like on a weekend. And it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and that dinner rolls around, or that, oh man, we were gonna do this sync.
I thoroughly enjoy that feeling. That's one of the best. That's got to be.
It gives you that warm, cozy feeling.
It's like
inside.
oh my God, it's not me.
It wasn't me.
There's no pressure. I might enjoy those nights the most. Those are just
It's winning. The team is winning. You're winning. They're winning.
You've already canceled on so many other people, right? Like, you've told other people like you have plans.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, you're not going to like, oh, hey, my plans fell through. Mm-hmm. Maybe in your 20s, but in your 30s, you're like, oh, I'm here. I've made it.
It's agreeing to the plans when you're in a stronger mental state and more like, yes, queen, or yes, man, I guess. And that's not as easy when you're old.
No. That's, again.
Thank you.
Very good. You did your homework.
Thank you so much. I did. And I was going to say before we close.
Well, we have one more thing to do before we close. We are going to add toxic joy to the Urban Dictionary.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to happen for us.
Oh my God.
All right, continue.
This is a big deal. Wait, you just sprung this on me. We're going to be in the Urban Dictionary. Like,
I think it's a little hard.
I was like the dictionary, but it's the dictionary that counts.
Yeah. So
it's hard to make an entry.
No. It's how do I explain it? I'm pretty sure it will put your it will put your name, or I have the You Love It podcast as where this will derive from.
Oh my, this is a podcast that gives back.
That puts its stamp on society. All right, so toxic joy.
Wow, congratulations.
So
Listeners, I feel like you were part of this with us.
The definition I wrote down, welcome, I'm happy for corrections,
Okay.
is when someone enjoys the feeling of doing or experiencing something toxic.
Yeah. Yeah, we're here to give toxic a rebrand. We're here to say it's not all bad. Sometimes it's not that band that comes up when you look up toxic joy.
Yeah.
It's not anything worse. It's just sometimes there's a little toxic joy in life. And yeah, I subscribe to that. Yeah.
We do need to have some examples of it.
And we have with roll the tape back. I think it's going to be a per my last email and a Jersey Mike's party sub sandwich. I don't know. What do you guys think?
All right, I'm typing in some of our examples now.
Okay.
Yeah. We had
wow. I can't believe this.
We had I Told You So. Right?
Yeah. That's got to be like one of the most tale as old as time, classic.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows what that's like. Everybody. I don't care where you're from, what's going on.
My one major contribution to this is peeing in a pool. That's got to be one.
I hate to love it, but you did bring up a compelling argument, and I can't deny
it's quite literally
toxic joy.
Toxic joy.
There's a pH.
Yeah, there's a
imbalance
pH level. But yeah.
Associated with it. I was going to say one final thing while you're
Please.
typing our entry in.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Do you think our specific toxic joys that we're contributing to society and what brings us joy has to do with our zodiac signs?
It seems like you do, and you were about to explain why.
Okay, so hear me out.
I didn't make that connection.
You
though.
didn't? So I was thinking about, there's a reason the list, we all have our own different toxic joys. I literally can't wait to hear what everyone else's toxic joys are.
Yeah.
If we have them in common, that's probably better so we don't feel like we're villains in our villain era. I'm a Capricorn and he is a Taurus.
This is true.
So both are very they're earth signs. They're grounding and stubborn and, dedicated and loyal. And I think that shows. I think like the reason we get so much joy from like a per my last email is because people just aren't on our earth sign levels. I don't know. What do you think?
And we like peeing in a water signs
you
pool.
lost me there, dog. That's a little too earthy for me. That's
too earthy?
That's too
watery?
I don't don't subscribe to it.
I'll leave the zodiac interpretations to you and
hit me up.
Our future community that doesn't exist yet, because this is our first episode.
Woohoo!
All right,
How's
toxic joy.
Submitted.
It's there. It's
Woo!
submitted. I guess they have to accept it, but
oh man,
we've contributed to the zeitgeist,
love that.
and that we love how much you all love it.
We really do. Thank you guys for listening. That was a lot of fun, and I feel therapeutic.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Sure.
Let's exclamation mark that.
Yeah.
And therapeutic. We
Yeah.
love that.
If we don't have to rehash this with a real therapist, then it was therapeutic.
Yeah. That's great. Thanks so much. I appreciate you spending your
Happy
time
to
with
be
me.
up here.
Yeah. It was nice.
All right. Love you, honey.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Love you. Love how much you love it. Stay tuned. There is definitely more to come. And shout out in the comments what you want to hear us talk about loving or what you love. Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah. We got some good episodes coming up, so stay tuned.